Welcome to Toxic Sarcasm Podcast. We got a little show we're going to do for you here about the biases between men and women out there. Somewhat about, like this whole body positivity thing that's out here. So I was talking to you earlier about the new swimsuit calendar.
Yep.
This is all the rage with the girl that they got up on the calendar here. I showed you a picture of her earlier. What's your thoughts?
I mean, she's a cute girl. I don't have a problem with it. I guess it's just the definition of what you're looking for as a swimsuit calendar model. Are you looking for that awesome thin girl? What's the header? What's the caption? What are they looking for? Are they looking for that type of girl? Are they looking for the most beautiful girl, the thinnest girl, or are they just putting stuff up there now because they have to?
Well, I think it's the whole, this woke culture now, body positivity, women, you can be big and beautiful. You know what? It's funny that big and beautiful. They always say that when they describe women, but you never see a fat guy and they describe him big and beautiful. It's just big. Yeah. The only thing we got is big and tall. But why can't men get a big and beautiful? We don't have big and beautiful.
Yeah, you don't see big guys on the fit magazines, the bodybuilding fit magazines, do you?
No. See, that's the thing. Like, let me show you. I'll bring up a picture here.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to go one way or the other. We were just talking about this a little bit earlier. Bigger women can be beautiful, and to me it's a lot about personality. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want a 400-pound woman sitting on me, but there's all types of beautiful women.
So you see the picture of her there?
Yes.
That is what's her name? Yumi New. Yumi New's her name. Apparently she's, God, I don't even know what relation she is.
She kind of looks like maybe Hawaiian.
She might be. She's some kind of Asian, Oriental or something. I don't know what they prefer.
I mean, she's a pretty woman. I mean,
it's Steve Aoki's niece. He's a big DJ, really good DJ.
Oh, the guy with the long black hair.
Yep. Yeah.
Famous. Yeah, I know who he is. That's his daughter?
Niece.
Oh, niece. Okay.
Yeah, that's his niece. So, yeah, I mean, she's kind of cute. She's not bad.
No, she's a beautiful woman.
But the thing is that all throughout history, that magazine has been models, Sports Illustrated
supermodels,
people in fitness and tight bathing suits and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And now I think it's just a bad thing. I mean, she's not horrible, but I'm going to be honest. I think she's probably like one glazed donut away from being diabetic if she's not. And the problem there is that, everyone's going to say, oh, yeah, you're fat shaming.
Yeah.
No, I mean, being overweight is a health issue, like it or not.
Right.
You go to any doctor, I can't tell you how many, girls I know or family, friends, whatever, they're overweight. They go to the doctor and the doctor says, hey, this is a health issue. You need to lose 10 pounds. You need to lose 15 pounds, whatever. But
then diabetes comes into
absolutely
to play, as you get older, it gets worse. So, I mean, obviously you want to be in the,
you want to jump on it now
where you get.
Exactly. You want to jump on that now because it's just going to get worse. But if you're a guy and you say, hey, sweetheart, I think you're gaining a little weight or, something like that. Oh, you're fat shaming. You're fat shaming. You should take me for as I am. Okay. All right. Let's go with that.
Well, don't you think they are if they're with you?
No. Well, that's the thing. Yes. You would think, right?
If the guy's with you, he's obviously not fat shaming you because he's with you. It's not like he's saying, honey, you're fat and I'm leaving you.
Exactly. And that's the thing I don't understand. If you be I've been with a girl before, she packed on some weight, and, she goes and, I see the numbers, how much she weighs. And she says, I didn't want you to see that. I said, sweetheart, I got eyes.
I can see it right in your, I see it right here live.
Right.
What do I need to see a scale for?
Right. And I tried to get her to go out, I'd run, and, Sunday mornings I'd go out and run, and right down the street, I've got a little park we can run and go around. And I got to do it one time. One time she did it. And I'll tell you, she acted like she was dying. And then she had to eat a very hearty breakfast after that.
I can't even imagine how much that cost you.
Well, I made it. I think that's one reason she stuck around, is because I used to make food all the time. But going back to that real quick, you see, men can't say anything about a woman's body.
Nobody can say anything about a woman's body.
No, you're right. But if you turn it around, women can say everything they want about men. You're too short. You're bald. You got a small dick. I mean, you name it. You're broke. You're whatever. And nobody bats an eye. But if we came and just said, hey,
isn't that double standards?
Huge. Huge. But you know what? We go along life. We keep going to our job. We do what we got to do, and we're not sitting and whining about it. And like you were saying, you don't see the guys on those covers. When you will never see a fat guy on the cover of Sports Illustrated
or on a muscle magazine fitness magazine, Sports Illustrated. I mean, the way that it's going now that men can get pregnant, you might see one on Victoria's Secret or something. Wait a minute. Hold on here. Where is that thing coming out of?
Oh, dude, I just can't fathom.
Men don't have uteruses or all that. Where is this thing developing from?
No, it's all about this equality. Men and women are different. They have been since the beginning of time. You have two genders. You are not having a child unless you have a uterus.
So tell me where this thing's coming out of. Is it a C-section? And where is it being developed from?
They're butt babies. They're coming right out of the butt. They're all butt babies.
So they poop these babies out?
Yes, they poop them out. Oh, they're covered. Listen, hear me out.
I think this is just
hear me out. They're covered in corn. They got some peanuts on them. They clean it all off. And the baby's born into the world kicking and screaming.
Gee, come on.
So
are they really just joking about this? Are they really serious about men are going to be able to have babies?
It's all over the place. But here's the thing. I don't think they mean, well, I mean, I don't know. I think they mean that if they
got emojis with guys with big bellies.
I think they mean if a woman, she was born a woman with all the lady parts, decides
it's not a guy, it's still a woman, for Christ's sake.
Well, you got to use their pronouns. I think that's
shit.
That's what they're referring to. Yes.
Oh, don't give me that. I don't even want to hear it.
I think that's what
I have no problem with anybody living any way they want. Just don't let it affect me. But don't give me that crap that now you're a woman and you're really a man and you can have a shut up.
Yes. Yeah. It's horrible. I just can't. I can't deal with.
It just disgusts me.
just the thought of it. I mean, it's like, okay, so can I identify as a unicorn from planet Mars? I don't.
Yeah, I'm an alien from space.
Yeah,
Can I identify as that and be okay with it?
I
Do I
guess.
get special treatment because I'm an alien? I identify as an alien now.
Did you see that a while back? That guy, he was like in his 50s, and he went to the girls' locker room at like a high school and said he wanted to join the soccer team because he identified as a 16-year-old female.
I did see it was an older guy, right?
Yeah,
And I think they arrested him or something.
I'm pretty sure, but coming back to double standards, if a woman can identify as a man,
Mm-hmm.
why can't he identify as a 16-year-old soccer player?
Well, they did. That guy that's now supposedly a she is in on the swim team and won first place. And now it's all over you can't do that.
Right. Yeah.
He has so much testosterone. You're going to put a man. I don't care what you identify it are or what you identify as. You still as a man have the testosterone and the muscles more than a woman, and you're going to beat them no matter what.
Yes.
I don't care how feminine you think you are or how much of a woman you think you are. That's
right.
ridiculous. And these woke people out here are.
I don't even know why they call them woke, because they gotta be sleeping to believe.
Yeah, they should be called sleepers.
Yes. I just can't, it's like, I don't know. It reminds me of, I heard someone say, do you know why it's called the American dream? Because you got to be asleep to believe it. So,
Doesn't matter anymore. They're just letting anybody in this damn country.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody. But
don't get me wrong. I don't have any problem with anybody coming in this country if you do it the right way.
No, absolutely. I love me some Mexican girls.
I know.
All day.
You've got standards.
Boy, do I. I like tacos. Fish tacos, pig tacos. You name it, dude. Put a little bit of cheese on there. A little cheese on the old taco.
So what about when a woman versus a guy does what they want to do, doesn't want a relationship, but says they, I want to do this. We don't want a relationship. I want to do this and I want to do this. But then all of a sudden one doesn't like what one's doing.
It boggles my mind about these transgenders and different, you see these, was born a woman, transitions to a man to date women.
I think you should have to wear a tag on your shirt. I'm really a guy, or I'm really a woman.
Right. Or if you see a guy that transitions to a woman, but is a lesbian, why don't you just stay a guy and like women?
Yeah.
I don't understand any of that stuff. It's how I feel inside. I feel like punching people in the face on a daily basis, but I'm not doing it.
Exactly.
I think that you have you can react or you can respond. And I think when people react to things, it's in emotions. And if you respond to things, it's using logic. And I don't think any of these people have an ounce of logic in them. It's all how they feel inside.
Yeah, exactly. They're taking their feelings because they don't like one thing or another, and they're reacting on their feelings. But and yeah, that's tough. You may not like something and totally disagree with it, but the world has just let everything go. I mean, there's no standards anymore. I mean, no. You have standards, some, but
yeah,
we let those slide.
A little bit of standards, if she's got two legs.
What was the one I heard the other day? On TikTok, the girl was like, oh God, what was it? something about you're born out of a woman between her legs, but then you're always trying to come back and crawl back in or get back in or something. And it's like, you know what? That's kind of true, but
Oh, well, I guess, yeah. You come out and you're always trying to get back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was. It was funny how they said it on TikTok. It was one of those.
I know some guys, the only vagina they've ever been in is their mom's. So, you got a lot of
the 40-year-old virgin.
Yes, you got a lot of pussies out here now.
Oh my God. But and I don't want to get deep into this, but
that's what we do here. We get deep.
I'm gonna get killed.
So deep.
But no, seriously, it's I said something today to somebody, and hey, I'm not mad or whatever, this, that, and the other. And then they brought back, I'm being contradictive. I'm like, how? And they were like, and they wouldn't answer.
Yeah.
I said, nothing's changing. Nothing's changing.
Were you body shaming?
No. It was about just work, and I don't want to go into this. We'll make another show on that.
Yeah. Let's keep that for the Dr. Phil special.
We need to have the attorney involved on that.
Yeah.
Make sure I don't get in trouble.
But yeah, if we go back to, definitely. If we go back to double standards, I mean, it's getting out of hand. I think it's way out of hand. It's not only just the bodies, we can't say a woman's gaining weight, even if it's causing health issues. We can't say nothing at all, but like I said, women can go ahead and say everything that's wrong with a man. And we're just supposed to bite the bullet and move on.
It's one-sided.
Absolutely one-sided. So, like I said, you hear it's hot girl summer and all this. You hear this, the city girls. We're doing we're gonna do a hot boy summer. It's all about the men this year. So you want to know what, men? If you see a woman that's out of line, if she's overweight, if she's going bald, or if she's got I don't know, a big nose or a lazy eye.
What about
call them out?
Here's what I want to know. How are all these women in the last couple years getting these cabooses that are just ginormous and their waist is this thin? It's like this. How are they? I mean, I know you can get implants, but how are they doing this with these ginormous booties and their waist is like this, and then their hips are like this?
Well,
I want to know how they're doing it.
Well, so they have those the Brazilian butt lifts, where they get the lifts, and then they also have the waist trainers. You remember
the ones
remember the corsets?
Yeah,
from like the early 1900s. They have those now, and they just call them waist trainers. And why they just don't call them corsets? I'm sure somebody's going to correct me, and there's a reason why. Yeah. But they're doing that to get that hourglass figure. But
that's not an hourglass figure. That's an elephant figure.
Yes, they're way out of proportion now. You know what it reminds me of?
Terrible.
Do you remember that animated cartoon with the rabbit? Was it Roger Rabbit?
Rabbit.
It was Roger Rabbit, I think, with the redhead.
The redhead rabbit.
Remember, she had that big old booty on her and the thin waist.
Yep.
That's what all these girls look like now. They're freaking cartoon characters.
It's terrible. I don't know how anybody thinks that looks good or is sexy.
Well, they see these girls like Kim K and all that stuff, and Kim Kardashian and all that, and that's
Can I just throat punch her?
Yeah. It's like we talk about all the time. Women are followers, you know, they don't, I like women that are unique, you know, they're doing their own thing. They're not following the crowd. The only thing I think that's beneficial out of it is some of these girls that don't get the butt lifts, they're actually hitting the gym, doing the squats and stuff.
Yeah. Well, but their butts are still, they're plump, but they're not this freaking wide.
Right.
I mean, you got a waist this big and you got a booty this big. I mean, it's just disgusting.
Yeah. And they said that that's actually the most dangerous, surgery is those Brazilian butt lifts. I was actually looking at some pictures and
didn't they call Kim Crack out on her, whether she had a butt implants, and then I guess they took x-rays or something of her butt to show that they didn't.
Yeah, I don't know if she,
I just don't know how you get that your butt that big. And I mean, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
It's not attractive.
Yes, it's too cartoonish. Now, if you've got a butt, don't get me wrong, I'm a butt guy all the way.
Yeah.
But
not the one that's the size of a dump truck.
Right. Exactly. And then the stuff they go through. Hold on, I'm going to share this one with you. You're going to get a kick out of this one here. The surgeries that they go through, you know, check this one out.
Yeah, see, I mean, that's not even as big as some of them that I've seen.
No, they've gotten way bigger. I mean, that one is
I mean, that's too big, but
it looks hard. You know what I'm saying? It looks like if you
it's still a little cheesy.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't body shame. Don't be
I'm sorry.
You're going to get us canceled before we even grow big.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that it's insane, man. I mean, and all of these girls, you know what? I wish one thing that would catch on, is all these girls hitting the gym, you know, like that's one thing that, like I said, is good thing has come out of it is that some of these girls, they see all these women online with these bodies and everything. And a lot of them are so cartoonish that it's like, that's not what a normal woman looks like. Now you can go to the gym and do the squats and stuff and you can get a little booty on you, but it's not, you know.
And that's what it kind of seems to be. It almost seems like it's a competition to see how big you can get your butt.
Yes.
And maybe we can get people to reply or email us at toxicsarcasmpodcast@gmail.com and let us know what you guys or girls think. But is it a competition? Is that the new thing?
Well, see, that's you've got too many girls. You got too many girls that are followers, you know, like I said, they don't make their own decisions. They see all this stuff on Instagram and TikTok and they're like, yeah, that's to be attractive. That's what I need to get.
No,
but you know what boggles my mind is that these women will go get that stuff and they're like, oh, well, you know, we wear makeup or we wear these tight clothing or we get the breast implants or the BBLs. We do it so, you know, that we just do it for ourselves.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's bullshit. I hear it all the time. These women say, oh, we do it for ourselves. It's so we look good. No,
you do it because you want attention. And it just happened. You were with me when you were down here. You were with me when I was talking to that guy that his wife got the boob implants and then she just started showing them off to everybody.
Yes.
And then guess what happens?
Yep.
She gets caught in the bathroom with one of the other workers.
Absolutely.
These people were together I've known these people for 20, 25 years.
Yep.
She goes and I told that guy, I said, don't get with her. She's trouble and you're going to regret it. And here we are. And guess what? now they're already divorced because she went and and he loved it. He loved the boob implants. He got them they got them
geez.
they were married, and he loved them and wanted to show them off. Well, guess what? Now she's in the bathroom with one of the coworkers.
Yep.
You're divorced. So how much do you love them now?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the problem. That we got too many men out here that fall for that crap. And it's a red flag, guys. You got to see the red flags. That's I've been with a few girls that have had the breast implants.
Yeah.
And I already knew where it was going to go. I knew it was a short-term thing. I'll go ahead and have some fun, but I knew it wasn't going to be long-term. So, you just got to know, where it's going to go, guys. Don't
thing with another buddy of mine that got, well, unfortunately he married one of the girls we met out in Vegas, and that is in Vegas should stay in Vegas, but this one came home. Both of them came home. But anyway, he married his. My car was wrecked. But anyway, he got her boobs, and all of a sudden she's out messing around with another guy, and there they are, divorced.
Yeah, exactly. And that's another thing we're on, we're talking about these double standards here in the men and women. Big double standard is divorce. I mean, look how bad men get hurt in divorce. And it's crazy. Like we always talk about, 80% of these divorces are initiated by women.
Yep.
And then they're going and getting alimony. If you got kids, you got to pay the child support. The guy's losing half of everything.
Not only are you paying child support, fellas, you're paying alimony. You're also giving up half of what you have or make. Don't mess up a good thing. Just don't get married. Have a relationship. Why does I want to know. I want somebody to tell me why a piece of paper makes a difference.
No, because, then the state has control over your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's obscene.
And she has control over your relationship.
She's got total control. She's got you by the balls when you get married. And it's funny because you'll bring this up to girls. Like it's in this, I talked to this girl earlier today, and she's married, and she doesn't want the guy she's with at all, but she was getting older, about to hit the wall, 30. And she figured, oh, well, this guy, he's a simp. He's going to go ahead and take care of me and do everything I want. So she popped out a couple of kids with him, and now she's texting me, and it's like
trying to set you. Is that the one we were talking about earlier?
No. That's just another one, of the slew of games.
Playboy.
The slew of games here. But no, I've got a bunch of married women all the time. And it's like, I tell guys constantly, like we've talked about, they want that bad boy. They want that guy that's going to give them the woman hard on. Yeah. These nice guys and everything, women say all the time, they're boring. They'll say, so-and-so did everything for me. He paid for everything. He took me on trips. He did this, that, and the other, but he was always at work. He was boring. He didn't interest me, so I left.
Then when you're as bad as they want you to be, then there's a problem with that too.
Yes. You know what I think women want these days?
When I tell you, I don't care about you. You just, I don't know.
Well, you tell them you don't care about them, and then they want you more. That's how it works.
Well, I'm just done with it. I'm so done with chicks. I just want to throw up.
I think a lot of men
stand chicks. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to the other side, but I just can't stand chicks' attitudes anymore. You know what? I don't want. Oh man, I don't know how to say it. I don't even want to deal. Well, that's the thing. It goes back to personality. Now you're going to have the personality that you're going to reverse it and start having an attitude when I tell you, I could care less of what you do, who you are, or what you want to do. Just, I'm going to do. Oh, now there's a problem.
Right. There's always some kind of issue
Well,
with
guess
women.
what?
It's
I
never
don't give a
happy.
shit.
Yes. And we can't as guys, we can't care about what these women don't get wrapped up emotionally. You know, it's women want to try to control you.
There's the door. Don't let it hit you in the ass the same way it hit you on the way in.
Right. I think you might have flubbed that one up, but I get it. I get what you're saying. What
Smacked you on the way in is smacked you on the way. Don't just, like we said, don't pay you to come over. And even if you don't pay them at all,
right,
they still think they're going to have an attitude. And I just don't have time. I'm not wasting any more time
right.
on stupid chicks.
No.
You either get it together and do what you say you're going to do, and either have interest and pull it together, or I don't have time for you. I'm just done.
Right. And what you're saying about attitude, it's insane. All these women these days that have these attitudes. And like I was telling you, the one that was, yesterday, I think she's trying to set me up with something.
Oh yeah. You were totally being set up on that one.
Well, it's you see these girls like this that are, they're single moms, or they're overweight, and they have the biggest attitude. They're obnoxious as all hell. And, they think they can talk to you however they want. No, completely disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I could have came back and said, "Hey, sweetheart, why don't you go hit the gym, instead of hitting me up?" Or,
oh, God forbid,
maybe you shouldn't have that second hoagie or something. I could have said that, but I didn't.
No, because even though we're bad boys or bad guys, we're still want to be somewhat respectful.
Well, yeah,
maybe
I'm just kind of saving that one up. It's just,
it's saving it up for the real moment.
I'm saving that one up when I'm just one of those days, I'm just sick of their bullshit, and I'm just gonna be
I'm sick of it all.
Yeah. But women, email us, leave a comment below. Help me understand how you can be so overweight and maybe ugly, or something like that, and you have the worst attitude. Why is that? Why do you think you're the top notch? You've got the baddest pussy around. It's the bomb. You're the best in bed. All this crap. I hear all these women say that.
What if you're that big, you can't find it anyway?
No,
or you
got to
lift
the fupa up. You got to get under that fupa. Find it in there, or roll them in. What is that?
You know what? Maybe and let us know. Maybe they think they're the bad girl. Yeah. But when you're that big, you're not necessarily that bad.
You know what I think it is? Good. You got a lot of these women that, might be, they're overweight, or they're not as attractive. They get these attitudes, and they get real masculine, and they'll be like, "What's up, bro?" And they'll talk to you like a guy. I think it's an insecurity, and they're trying to reverse psychology, maybe. I don't know, maybe, but I think it's a defense wall they're putting up. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of these women, like I say all the time, they're absolute cowards. I mean, they won't come say anything to your face, and then you get some of these crazy women, they'll come and say stuff to you. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of bipolar women. I'm sure you might have met some of them.
We have them admitting it on our show. So
yeah. And we're looking for more women. If you're bipolar, we'll take you. We want to hear what you got to say for sure.
Yeah.
But there's just way too many double standards, man. Like I said, women can go around and they could say this, that, and the other about men, and they can shame men and guilt them and whatever. And I think it's just a mechanism of defense, like a defense mechanism they put this wall up.
You know what I have been seeing on social media lately though is, and I don't know if they're really honest about this, but um if you have a dad bod, or if you have a
Right.
great beard, or when you know how to use it, and this that.
Yeah.
So I mean I mean, some women do like that, and that's great. Because some guys like bigger women, or
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, nobody's shaming anybody here, but like Dee said, it's a double standard, because if a guy says anything, it's oh my God, the walls are coming, an earthquake just happened. But if a girl says it, oh, you shamed me for saying that?
Yes. Yes. And I'm so done with it. Like, if you're overweight or you're ugly or something, you should be you should be nice, right?
I would think so.
I mean, if you've, I'm assuming if you're ugly or whatever, you probably got bullied growing up, or you probably, got picked on in school or whatever. And wouldn't you want to, be nice to people because you know the feeling and you know how it hurts to shame or insult somebody? You would think that person would be nice, but you don't see that.
Well, I think now that they're an adult, and again, let us know what what the answer is, but maybe now that they're an adult, they're trying to get back at other people for
Could be.
getting that.
Yeah, very well could be.
So now they're a total asshole because
Yeah.
they were treated like that growing up, and now they want to get back at other people for it. But like you said, you'd think that they'd be nicer and try to teach people not to do that. Nobody can help who they are, how they're born, or what's going on.
Right.
So none of it's right.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. That's goes back to men. Women go around and they say, oh, well, if you don't have a 6 in your height, you're not for me.
Yeah.
Don't even talk to me. Don't even approach me. Men cannot help their height. Okay. I don't know. Maybe they can do a knee extension surgery or get you some stilts.
Well, I don't want a chick that's 7 foot tall, minute bowl looking.
Exactly.
So why can't I say that? If you're a chick and you're 7 foot, I don't want nothing to do with you.
You're body shaming if you say that, because we're not allowed to say anything. They can say whatever they want, but when it comes to us, we can't open our mouth.
I say whatever the hell I want.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're going to start.
If I don't care what, I'm going to say what I want. You don't like it, that's too bad. And
that's right.
Be around.
We're going to do, like I said, we're doing Hot Boy Summer, hashtag Hot Boy Summer. Man, if you're out there, we're done with it. You tell these women to start hitting the gym. You tell these women to start paying for their own stuff. You just tell them like it is.
Stop eating so much food. Stop eating that extra donut. Stop drinking those 38 beers every night. Stop all.
That's a good point right there. Women, beers will give you a beer gut. You ever heard of that? You got those carbs in the beer. The carb turns into sugar. And I've seen most of you out. You're not going to the gym the next day. I'll tell you that much. I just can't. I don't. It boggles my mind, man. There's so many girls that I've seen that, they're overweight and they're just so obnoxious. They're like, oh, I'm the hottest thing ever. Da, da, da. Because mainstream media and society is telling you.
That's because she probably did one of those things that shows her as she reduces from 500 to 120. And then it shows her what she could look like. And she has that attitude because it shows her what she could look like. And she thinks she's that in her head.
Yeah.
But technically she's still 500 pounds.
Yeah. Now I can maybe understand if you got like a glandular problem, thyroid or whatever, but go get on medication or get whatever you need to do, because it's not healthy to be overweight.
Well, and that's the most important thing. It's not healthy.
Right.
It's not healthy, and it's only going to get worse the older you get. So do you want at least a decent life, or do you, and I watch these shows and these doctors like, well, you've only got about a year to live.
Yeah.
And you're 28 years old.
Yes.
So do you want to live to 70, 80 years old, or do you want to die in a year?
Right. That's
So
exactly
it's
it.
not even all about necessarily being fat and being shamed for it. It's about living a good life and living a healthy life.
That's it. But they take it as, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. So let me ask you this question. I've had a lot of guys ask me this. They'll say, how do I tell my girlfriend or my wife that she's getting fat? How would you tell
You're
your
getting fat, bitch.
There you go, guys. We're not sugarcoating anything this
We
year.
ain't sugarcoating nothing, fellas.
Nothing.
Tell it like it is.
Your woman looks at you. She comes into the bedroom, says, does this dress make me look fat?
Yes.
You look her right in the eyes and you say, yeah, it does. That dress makes you look fat as hell.
Or you know what you could do? You could even say, yes, ma'am, it does.
I would just say, yes. Yes. But don't get me wrong.
Otherwise, don't ask me the question.
Yeah, they
would you rather have me lie to you about everything, or do you want me to tell you? Because it's not going both ways.
I think
if you want me to be honest with you, I'm going to be honest with you 100. If you don't, then I'll lie to you 100.
I think the longest relationships are built on lies. There's just this framework, this foundation of lies, and that relationship just keeps on kicking. Because in my reality, what I think, there are no long-term relationships anymore. And if somebody is in a long-term relationship, married or just dating for 5, 6, 7 years or more, that relationship is built on so many lies. Somebody's cheating, somebody's taking money, somebody's doing something.
Something's going on wrong.
Yep, something's going on. So all you out there that think, oh God, I'm married, my wife's been with me, whatever. You guys got a pool boy? If you had the plumber over lately, I bet she's getting her pipes cleaned out.
Yeah. Well, and I even told my parents not too long ago, I said, you know what?
Get a pool boy?
Yeah, get a pool boy. I said, I think the last group of human beings that are still together probably was back 60s, 70s that got together. After that,
yeah, it actually started to dwindle.
Started the divorce rate.
Yeah, I think after the 50s, the divorce rate started to go up because feminism kicked in the 60s. And, that free spirit.
Well, women were allowed to start voting, and women were allowed to start, doing all that stuff. So then it got to the point where it's like, well, we don't have to have you guys anymore.
Yes, that's where it all started. You had the feminism and everything was going on. They had a woman for Cosmopolitan magazine. She retired and she came out and did a news story. And she said, in a nutshell, they used to come into the meetings and they would tell us to create stories that made women hate men or not want men to, be independent. And that's exactly what they pushed. And she would tell them, even if you have a story you got to make up about a situation, go ahead and stick that into Cosmopolitan. So women started in the 60s, you had this, we're all free. We can do whatever, doing acid and dropping it or whatever. That's when it started. Women thinking, oh, we don't need men anymore.
Oh, but they sure want you to open the door for them and pay for the dinner and everything else, but they don't need you.
Yes, exactly.
Shut the hell up.
Exactly. They talk about all the time, well, I don't need no man. I can do everything. I don't need no man. Well, I ask them, I say, hey, that house you're living in? Who built that? Well, I don't know. A group of men. If that house catches on fire, who's coming to put it out? Firemen, Now,
here's the thing too. I mean, there are, we do have police women, police girl fire, but it's far and few between.
Yes.
But yes, it's mostly men. And hey, any one of you women want to go online and pull up the statistics of who's the most successful and how many of them they are, you go right ahead and you bring it to us, because I can damn guarantee you it's going to be one person.
Yeah, it cracks me up when you get the women that come to you and they say, "Oh, we're strong and independent now. We don't need no man. We're making our own money and whatever." Yes, a lot of women now in their 20s are actually making the same amount or more than men. But what they found is that when they get to their 30s, it levels out. They stop increasing the amount of money. And the theory is that women are getting to the point where they're single and they're like, okay, I'm 30. I don't want to do this job until I'm 67. And then on top of that, women are also not taking the dangerous jobs, the overtime, none of that, to be able to get those pay boost. So, women can go on all they want and say, "Oh, there's a double standard with a pay gap. There's a wage gap." There is no wage gap. I told you Google did that study, and they found that the women actually make more money than the men do there. So, women, I don't want to hear it. There's no wage gap. Shut up. Just shut up about it. There's no wage gap.
The percentage of women billionaires compared to men is shrinking. Okay, here we go. The percentage of female billionaires has decreased in the last year just to 11.9%.
Yeah.
Put another way, for every female billionaire, there are 8.4 male billionaires, up from 8.1 last year.
Yes. And you know how many of those billionaire women are self-made? You hear these women go around, it cracks me up.
Probably a 100% of that.
It's only 4% of the entire planet are self-made women billionaires.
Or there's 8 billion people in the world, so
7 or 8 billion. Yeah, only 4% of women in the world are self-made billionaires. And do you want to know how the other women became billionaires?
From their parents, from inheritance
or through divorce.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's probably higher than from inheritance.
Yes, and yet you women are still going around, "We don't need no man. We can all do it our own. We don't need no man. We're strong and independent." Great. Then why are you getting into your 30s and then you're like, "Oh God, we need to find a guy to settle down with"? No, it's not working anymore. Us men are catching on to all this. We're not going to do it. What makes you think we want you when you're all used up? You've been with 600 guys, rode the old cock carousel in your 30s, and now you don't want to work anymore. So now you think we're going to come in and take care of you? And you're just going to sit around the house and gain weight and not give us sex? No, we're checking out of that. We're cashing out. We don't want that.
And it's all about, oh, well, don't make it a competition. Well, then don't be a piece of shit.
Yeah. Oh God, that's another thing. Women
treat me well. I mean, like, there it goes again. Reciprocation.
Oh God.
Treat me good. And I don't care what you do. But if you're going to sit here and give me a hard time and, like you said, sit on the couch and not give me anything and not do anything, and then, you know what? Pack your bags. You know what, D, I have gotten to the point where I just don't care anymore.
No, a lot of men are there.
I'd rather be alone than deal with any of that.
Yes. A lot of men are getting there. A lot of men are learning and understanding female nature now, which is great. And I hope that we can help spread, awareness on, this whole dating scene and female nature to get some of you younger guys and even some of the older guys to understand Stop getting married. Look for these red flags. Pay attention. Don't listen to what women say. Watch what they do. It's always in their actions.
And make them treat you right. If they're not, if a woman's not treating you right, there's another red flag. Get out.
Yes. Yeah.
Or start treating her the same way and stop giving her things and stop doing things for her and just stop.
Yes. Yeah. Women want equality. So if they treat you bad, just treat them the same way. It's got to be equal, right?
Yeah, should be.
So yeah. And men, if you got a woman treating you like crap, kick her to the curb. You know, if all the men out there stop being simps and stop putting up with this treatment, I think these women are going to think twice eventually. And they might say, oh, you want to know what? Maybe I should respect that guy. Maybe I should be a little nicer. Because these men aren't dealing with us anymore.
Do you know, I can't remember her name, but it was up when the Charlie Sheen thing was all popular and it was showed it on TV, that blonde girl, that
the porn star he was with,
the porn star that he paid like 30 grand or something to be with them and hang out from the night. I saw a thing on TV the other day where she even said, she's like, you know, I'm almost reaching 30 and I can't get the jobs that I was doing anymore. And my reputation is bad and the porn industry won't take me because I do drugs. And
right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, what do you have? You spent all your money, and she said she was spending it as fast as she made it.
Yes.
Now your money's gone. You can't get a job, and now you're a dirty trash whore.
Exactly. So now she's gonna want to go to, go find a guy that's gonna take care of her. She thinks she's gonna get some rich guy. You know what? You might find some rich guy again, but he's not gonna. He's gonna treat you like trash. He knows you're for the streets. He's seen your videos.
Mm-hmm.
He might have a good time with you, but you're gonna get tossed right back out to the streets. You can't. I tell women all the time. You know how difficult it is if you have an online, sex life or sex work. How difficult it is to get away from that.
To get a real job.
Well, not only that, but I mean, it's all over the internet.
Yeah.
And then if you think you're going to go and try to find some guy to take care of you, a wealthy guy, you're out of your mind.
Especially if he's got a good reputation.
Exactly. So, you women, none of you think. You're all just followers. You've got brains up there between those ears. Why don't you start using them?
One or two, maybe, but
yeah, not as many. I did read a small study that said that that men actually are smarter than women, but we won't go into that. It's a whole nother.
And we're not. And here's the thing: we're not here dogging on chicks. That's not. Well, I mean, we are. Well, let me finish first.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're not here intentionally dogging on you chicks. We're just telling the truth.
Yeah.
We're just telling it how it is and how our perspective of what we see and what really happens.
Yes. If you women actually listen to understand and not just to reply, you might learn something. You might understand what men actually want. I can't tell you how many of you women I hear out there say, oh, I can't find a nice guy. I can't find this nice guy. You already had him. You had that nice guy. You threw him to the curb or you cheated on him and you probably destroyed him. And now he's a toxic asshole.
Yep.
Because of what you did. And he's a sarcastic dick. And he probably made a podcast called Toxic Sarcasm.
You ruined them. You say you want the bad boy, but now you can't find one. Now now you say you can't find a nice guy. Well, you probably had one.
You already had him.
You screwed him up, and now he's a toxic sarcasm asshole.
Exactly. And you know what I think women want today? I think what their model guy is. I think they want Tupac in a tuxedo. That's what
good
they
luck.
want. They want the bad guy, but then they also want him to, be so elegant and nice and everything.
You know what that's called?
What's that?
Their cake and eat it too.
That's it. That's exactly right. They want it all. They want this traditional guy who's going to respect them, open the door, pay for everything. But they, in return, are not giving a traditional woman.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be this. I mean, here's an example. So, Russell Wilson, the football player, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he got married to Sierra.
Oh,
and she was with Future, the rapper. And he says, she's for the streets. So she got married to Russell Wilson, and everybody's like, hey, Future already told you how she was. And now she's out in all these videos twerking and stuff. And it's like, here we go, man. People told you. They told you how she was, and you went ahead and married her. These women, they're not going to change.
I think that's one of the most, I don't think that's attractive. I mean, call me crazy. I don't think that's attractive.
I mean, if you want to do it for me in the privacy of our home, the bedroom, absolutely. But I want a lady in the street and a freak in the sheets. If you're going out in public and doing that, showing that off to everyone, come on. I can't.
If you have no respect for yourself, ladies, why should we respect you?
Absolutely. That's right. Please tell us.
Tell us why guys should respect any girl, lady, chick, woman.
Mm-hmm.
Why should we respect any of you if you're not going to respect yourself and or respect the man you're with?
Yes, we're not doing it anymore. We're going to draw a fine line between double standards. And like I said, it's a hot boy summer this year. 2022, city boys up. We're doing it this year. We're not dealing with you women anymore. Yeah. And like I always talk about, Morgan Stanley put out that survey, and to tell their investors what to invest in. And they said, by I think it was 2030, 45% of women are going to be single. I wonder why that is. I bet I got a few good ideas.
I bet you we could probably do a whole show on ideas of why they are.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you ladies, if you think you're going to go through your 20s and be a bitch and be disrespectful to these men and treat them like shit, and then your 30s come around after you've done banged everybody in your city, and you think you're going to find this guy that's just
running all over the neighborhoods, doing what you want, drunk everywhere, falling over, being a clown,
right? Getting STDs, getting pregnant, getting abortions. And then you think you're going to go find some guy that's going to take care of you. And you want some guy to respect you. And that's not going to happen. You didn't respect yourself in the 20s. So why are we going to respect you now in your 30s? Right. Exactly. There's so many women that I see now. They're in their 30s and 40s, and they're still acting like they're 19.
Yeah, they're still acting a fool. It's like, grow up.
Don't get me wrong.
It's fun to do things, but
yes,
I love 50 or 60 and then say, oh, I want to find a guy.
Oh, yeah. No. You women age like milk. Us men, look up. There's so many guys out there still look good in their 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
We age like a fine wine. They age like milk. And
you can still go out and have fun and be responsible and have a good life. But
yes,
you just want to go out and make a mess of yourself in your 40s, late 30s, 40s, and 50s. Don't think you're coming home after that and finding a guy that's going to take care of you and treat you well. You're about as worn out as a 100-year-old rug.
Right. And don't get me wrong. There are going to be some simps, some guys that don't understand female nature that will marry them. I see it all the time.
Look at Anna Nicole and old man whatever his name was. He was
Well,
like
I mean,
105 and she was 25.
yeah, I mean, that's kind of, a different circumstance, but
Yeah.
I see guys that they just don't understand the game, and they'll go and marry this woman in her 30s with a couple children in tow. She's, the town bicycle. Everyone's had a ride. They'll go and marry this woman, and you think she would be grateful because he took in kids that weren't his, and he's taking care of her, probably moving her into his home. And then the woman ends up being disrespectful as hell to him.
Yeah.
Women, you can't do that and then go around and say, oh, I can't find the nice guy. Can't find the nice guy. So then they'll get a divorce from him, take half of his shit, and then they'll do the cycle all over again. Let me find another guy so I can do that.
Well, maybe that's become a new job.
It is. I see a lot of women.
Get married, get divorced, get married, get divorced, get married, get divorced. Well,
yes.
Good luck with that. I don't want nothing to do with you.
No, that's why I keep telling all these men all the time, stop getting married. Why? You know what? If you want to feel what it's like to be married, just try this. Move her in for a few months. Just move her in. You're going to see all of her little traits and just gross stuff. Like she probably trims her nails and lets them go all over the place. Takes her Q-tips and throws them on the floor or something. Just disgusting habits. And you want to know what? You're going to think twice. And look, you're not going to lose half your shit either. You can just kick her out. Just get rid of her.
Fellas, check your state laws and make sure there's no common law and just double check, because some states have those. And if you happen to be able to put up with her long enough, you might be coming into those years where you need to check into it and kick her to the curb a few months before that happens.
That's right.
There's problems.
Yes. But you know what? I think, I think that the more information that gets out there to men, and the more men are now with social media are seeing female nature.
Yeah.
Women are putting themselves out all over the internet.
Yeah. And we talked about this before. When the internet first came out, if somebody had a photo of you and happened to put it on the internet, all hell break loose.
Yes.
And now every time you open up, say, social media, you just see them, they're back in their own wide open with no clothes on.
Yeah. Spread eagle.
They're doing it themselves.
7-Eleven open 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You see it all the time now because, again, women don't respect themselves, and you can't. If you're going and doing all that crap, don't get me wrong, you got some of your sex workers. Love you, sex workers. I love what you do. Keep it doing it. But don't do your sex work and then expect some guy, he's going to come and marry you and take care of you after what you've been through. Don't expect that. You want to be a sex worker? That's fine. Don't have a problem with it. I
appreciate you.
We definitely appreciate you. I've even got a gold gift card, so
I think we got a couple coupons from the last time you were here.
I've got more than a few. Anyways,
you're going to have to exchange those in when you get back here.
I'm hoping I can exchange them. But I digress. That's neither here nor there. But you women, you know what? You got to stop.
Yeah.
You got to stop
just start respecting yourselves and stop thinking you can run amok to,
Yes. Start respecting yourselves
and think somebody's going to want you after that or want to even be with you or.
Right. And you got to lower your standards. Lower your freaking standards. None of you women, you want these guys that, are all 6'7" basketball players, and they're making $1 million a year. And I mean, we've done the calculator for how many girls, and it's 0.6% of these guys exist. And you women need to come back to reality. Okay. Take a look in the mirror. If you're overweight, hit the gym. If you're an obnoxious bitch, start being nicer.
I think I still have some anxiety pills I could probably give them to calm them down a little bit and
Oh,
change
there's,
them.
you know how many women are on SSRIs and anxiety pills? I mean, it's crazy.
99.99999%.
I'm pretty sure the last study I read says more women are on anxiety pills than men.
I believe it.
But
we're going to come back with some more stuff. We want to hear from you guys, and go to our TikTok, go to YouTube, subscribe, follow, like, and let us know what you think and ask us some questions, because we want to know more too. Why do you women act like that? Why do you women not respect yourselves? Let us know.
Yeah. Do you women think these double standards that men and women have are fair? Do you think, we should start calling men big and beautiful like we have to do to you women?
Yeah.
I think fat guys should be called big and beautiful now.
And maybe they should be put on muscle magazines and Sports Illustrated.
Exactly. As soon as we see a fat guy on a fitness magazine, I think, we might start having that equality.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, these double standards got to stop. And men, you got to stop simping. Stop putting up with these double standards. And also, men, if you're fat, you probably should hit the gym too. So
yeah, we're not just saying just women. Men need, like Dee said, it's health reasons.
It's a health issue,
So we want everybody to be healthy and live as long as you can.
Exactly. So, it's just down with the double standards. Everybody get healthy, get right, get tight. And, just treat people like you want to be treated.
That's it. Right
simple.
There. That's what the last person that said, I said, somebody came on and said something to me. Oh, you're such a kind person. I said, I just treat people how I want to be treated. Otherwise, I don't give a shit.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to treat you bad. I just won't talk to you.
That is it. So, yeah, like he said, ladies, men, we want to hear from you. You can reach us on all our socials, TikTok, Instagram, definitely here. Leave a comment below. And let's get into this. We want to hear from you, especially you ladies. Why are you so obnoxious? You don't see the double standards? Let us know. You got to close this out with anything?
No, I think you said it, but and again, just why are you girls so cocky? Why do you think you just deserve everything? Again, let us know why do you think you should control everything, and you find that nice guy and then you treat him like shit, but you want the bad guy, but then when he treats you like shit, none of you ever happy, no matter who you have. So let us know why you're just douchebags.
Yes. I personally think it's because women are stupid, but we'll go into that another time. So subscribe, hit that subscription button. Remember, we do have a contest going on. We are giving away gift cards.
And we need to make sure when you're on your account, your YouTube account or your Google account, you have to make sure that your subscriber is open and live and visible. Otherwise, it's not going to show us who you are, and we're not going to know who subscribed.
Yes, go into your YouTube settings. You can Google this if you're not sure, if you're computer illiterate. Go into your YouTube settings, and you have to make subscriptions public, not private.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you're signed into your YouTube, go into your settings, make them public, not private. Then we can actually see who's subscribing, and we can get this gift card to you if we call your name. So, that's it. Like, subscribe, follow, and we're out.
Peace out.